The third annual Million Mask March happened today in several cities around the world. The march started in the wake of Occupy Wall Street by the secretive hacking group Anonymous, whose motto, "We do not forget and we do not forgive." Here's a look at the march tonight in New York City, one of the many cities that demonstrated. Now, today's march is meant to bring attention to what Anonymous has described as everything evil and corrupt in our world. We've been covering the movement today all over the world. RT's Harry Fears in London. But first, Alexei Yarashevsky hit the streets of D.C.
So the Million Mask March now is in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. The plan is to hit pretty much every governmental building in the city.
We are anonymous. We do not forgive.
It will start off at the White House. Then the plan is to walk to the Department of Justice, the FBI, and many other governmental bodies here. The people protesting here, they're pretty much protesting against all the wrongs in the world. Wage inequality, GMO foods, mass surveillance, and the idea of this is a global gathering. It's being held in at least 24 cities in the United States and also a lot of places across the world. We're expecting this to last until the late hours in the evening. Last year, during the very same Million Mask March in Washington, D.C., there had been a few arrests. We'll see how it plays this time. Of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on what's happening in Washington, D.C. during the Million Mask March. Alexei Yarashevsky, RT, reporting from Washington, D.C.
One of the protesters partaking among the several hundred already here tonight is this gentleman, and you have, if I may, a very nice banner. It reads, or poster, "Your ignorance is their power," and you've been telling me that that is the kind of message that you feel you want to have heard today.
I'm here to represent an oppressed nation. I'm here to represent an oppressed society where I believe we've been walking around in ignorance, and I feel now it's time for us to have our eyes opened and not allow the wool to be pulled over our eyes.
Free street, our street, free street, our street.
The protest tonight is due to finish before 9 p.m. The police have been very strict that it has to be within the time limit of 6 to 9 p.m. here local time. And there are a lot of public order policing restrictions in place. We're in Trafalgar Square, but this building here is the National Gallery. And you can see on the side there, the police have actually projected a warning with this kind of laser green message on the side of the National Gallery, basically affirming their right to remove the masks or facial coverings of any of the protesters. They've also been forced to take part in a particular route, and I can show you the map if I can unfold the paper. They must follow police officers along this specific route here in central London today towards Parliament, and they are not allowed to go beyond that permitted route. So you can see there are real restrictions in place, and this is really because last year police say that there was marked violence among the minority of protesters. Of course, there were several thousand last year, but there were 10 people arrested. So there's a fear from the police's perspective that something similar could happen tonight. We'll be here on the ground to see if there is.